Here's something nobody tells you. Rich people don't just have more money than you. They make money in a completely different way than you were taught to. You were raised on one idea. Go to school, get a good job, work hard, trade your hours for a paycheck. And that's fine, it pays the bills. But here's the problem. There's a hard ceiling on it. There are only so many hours in a week, so your income can only ever grow so much. The wealthy figured out something different, and honestly, kind of simple. They stopped only trading time for money, and started building things that make money for them, whether they show up or not. That's the whole game. And in the next few minutes I'm gonna break down the 5 rules the rich actually use to build wealth, the stuff school completely skipped. None of it requires being born rich or being a genius. It just requires seeing the game clearly. So let's decode how the rich really make their money. Rule number 1, and this is the foundation everything sits on. The rich focus on owning assets, not just earning a wage. So what's an asset? Simple. It's anything that puts money in your pocket, even when you're not working. A share of a company. A rental property. A business. A stake in something that grows. When you only earn a wage, the second you stop working, the money stops. When you own assets, they keep paying you, on the weekend, while you sleep, while you're on vacation. That's the difference between working for money and having money work for you. Here's the mindset shift. The average person gets paid and asks, what do I want to buy? The wealthy person gets paid and asks, what can I buy that will pay me back? One turns income into stuff that loses value. The other turns income into machines that make more income. You don't need millions to start. One share, one small investment. The point is to become an owner, even a tiny one, as early as you possibly can. Rule number 2. The rich understand that a dollar isn't just a dollar, it's a worker. And every dollar you own can go out and earn more dollars for you, if you put it to work instead of letting it sit. This is the power of investing and compounding. You put money into assets that grow, those gains then earn their own gains, and over time the whole thing snowballs, faster and faster. Here's a number that should stick with you. Money invested at a solid return can roughly double about every 7 to 10 years, without you adding a cent. Just from being put to work. So while most people let their cash sit in a checking account doing absolutely nothing, the wealthy have their money out working 3 shifts a day. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich buy assets and let the money do the working. And the earlier you start, the more time your dollars have to multiply. That's why a small amount invested in your 20s can beat a big amount invested in your 40s. Time is the secret ingredient, and everybody has some. Rule number 3, and this is where it gets powerful. The rich use leverage. Leverage just means using something you don't fully own yet to multiply your results. And it comes in 3 main flavors. First, other people's money. A smart investor uses a loan to buy a property that pays for itself and then some. They control a big asset with a small amount of their own cash. Second, other people's time. Instead of doing everything themselves, they hire a team. Now dozens of people are building their wealth, not just their own 2 hands. Third, and this is the big one today, technology and systems. You build something once, a product, a piece of software, a channel, and it sells 1,000,000 times while you sleep. That's leverage. Here's the key difference, though. The rich borrow and leverage to buy assets that make them money. Regular folks leverage, with credit cards, to buy stuff that loses value. Same tool, opposite direction. Used right, leverage is how you break past the limit of your own 2 hands and 1 lifetime. Rule number 4. The rich don't get paid for their time. They get paid for the value they create, and then they scale it. Think about it. A person trading hours can only ever help 1 client at a time, so their income is capped. But someone who solves a problem for thousands, or millions, of people at once, their income has almost no ceiling. That's why the wealthy obsess over one question. How do I create something valuable once, and then deliver it to as many people as possible? Write a book once, sell 1,000,000 copies. Build an app once, millions download it. Start a business, and it serves customers whether you're in the room or not. Your income stops being tied to your hours, and starts being tied to how many people you help. So the shift is this. Stop asking only, how do I get a raise? Start also asking, what problem could I solve for a lot of people? Even a small side thing that helps a few hundred people is you stepping onto the rich side of this rule. Value first. Scale second. That's the formula. Rule number 5, and this is the one that separates people who get money from people who keep it. The rich keep and reinvest. Making money is only half the game. Plenty of people earn a fortune and still end up broke, athletes, lottery winners, you've heard the stories. Because they spent it all trying to look rich. The truly wealthy do the opposite. When their assets and businesses spit out profit, they don't blow it on a flashier lifestyle. They take that money and buy even more assets. The profit buys more machines that make more profit. That's the loop that builds real fortunes. It's called reinvesting, and it's boring, and it's exactly why it works. They also protect what they keep, being smart about taxes, avoiding dumb debt, not letting inflation eat their savings. Remember, the goal was never to look rich. The goal is to be rich, and stay rich. So every time your money makes you money, resist the urge to spend it all. Feed it back into the machine. That discipline, repeated for years, is the quiet engine under every single fortune. So let's bring it all together. 5 rules the rich actually use. Own assets, don't just earn a wage. Make your money work for you. Use leverage, other people's money, time, and technology. Sell value at scale instead of trading hours. And keep and reinvest what you make. Notice what's on that list, and what isn't. There's no secret. No luck. No rich parents required. It's a different way of thinking about money that most of us were just never taught. And here's the empowering part. You can start using every one of these at your level, today. Buy one small asset. Invest a little and let it work. Learn one skill you can scale. Reinvest instead of splurging. You don't flip a switch and get rich. You start thinking like an owner instead of just a worker, and you let time do the rest. That's how ordinary people quietly build extraordinary wealth. If this changed how you see money, subscribe to Money Decoded USA, real money help, no hype. Your money's been decoded. Now go build something that pays you.